Alright folks, Pitching Ace 88, we are back. It is Halloween, and I am dressed up as a frying pan. You know, it's only natural. It's saved my life 3 times in criminal case. I figure it was only right. Anyways, let's unlock. So let's recap, Ace. We've heard nothing about the sword. We've made almost no headway with our investigation into Hamza's murder. We've got a pregnant widow and a kid with a toy gun. Ace, we just had word the protesters have organized a march in memory of the victim, and the Sultan is threatening to open fire on them. It'll be a massacre if you don't do anything, Ace. What? The Sultan has lost his mind. Well, the protesters are convinced that the Sultan is behind Hamza's death. It's given the protest movement a new lease on life. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he did something to do with the murder, Ace. We need to go back to his palace ASAP. If there's evidence which ties him to Hamza's death, it'll be there. Besides, I bet he's so preoccupied with protesters that we can just sneak right in. Let's go back to the Sultan's palace now. Alright? I'm down for that. Oh, that's not good. So what do you guys think? Think this is an appropriate Halloween costume? I've actually never done this. I've been on YouTube for 6 years. Never really dressed up as it. I dressed up as Mario one year, I believe. I haven't really done something. I haven't really been... This is the first year where I've actually shown... a face cam while I'm actually recording, so that's kind of fun. Okay, so high-heeled shoe right here. Cap. Camcorder is definitely going to be of use. Torn paper. Crown, torn paper. It's exhausting to hold this thing up, man. Not gonna lie. There we go. Quick, what did you find in the Sultan's palace, Ace? Innocent people's lives will be at stake if we don't wrap this case up soon. Some torn pieces? We'll better put them back together then. There's no time to lose. Check out this faded newspaper article. The headline reads, Protest leader murdered. Hamza Bousefi shot dead. We need to retrieve the faded parts. You also grabbed a locked camcorder. Well, nobody decodes things these days like you do. It's true. I've got a special gift. I don't know what it is. Doesn't really help me in my regular life, but in criminal case, this helps a lot. Alright, so arrest warrant, obviously for some sort of crime. Ooh, somebody attempted to assassinate the... wonder if it's Benjamin. That piece of paper you restored is an arrest warrant. The crime reads, attempted assassination of the Sultan. So someone tried to kill the Sultan? Ace, let's grab your dusting brush. We need to know who it was. Yeah, that seems to be very important. Because this definitely looks like it could be payback. So who's the protest leader? Wolf News, of course. Oh. Well, the newspaper article about our victim's death was written by Thomas Cox. That doesn't bode well. The article says that the Sultan finally took matters into his own hands and killed the leader of the protesters. Dang, I do have my suspicions about the Sultan, Ace, but I'm sure Thomas can't support his claims. When there's questionable journalism, there's usually a Wolf News reporter behind it. Well, we better squeeze some information out of that so-called reporter. Let's go talk to Thomas. Oh, brother, what's he got himself into this time? Oh, that's totally not it. There we go. There we go. Not the best, but I've done a lot worse. Look at you go, Ace. You unlocked that camcorder you picked up at the Sultan's palace in a flash. All these files seem to be encrypted, though. You're right. We better get this camcorder to Elliot's stat. I agree. Is this going to be the 15 hours? This is going to be 9 hours, okay? Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, so who tried to assassinate the Sultan? Ah. Huh. Well, the arrest warrant for attempted assassination of the Sultan was put out for Hamza Bousefi. The verdict reads death by firing squad. So the Sultan wanted Hamza dead. Well, maybe that's exactly what happened. The Sultan could have had Hamza executed anywhere, and then moved the body to the oasis to make it look like a random act of violence. We better talk to the Sultan, Ace. He needs to explain this arrest warrant. Something tells me that if he killed him, he wouldn't have dumped the body. He would have found some way to expose it. Oh, it's you again. Sorry, but I don't really have time for this. I'm busy posting updates about the protest movement to Buzzer, and then I've got a reporter's dinner lined up. We're going for couscous. Well, you will make time for Senior Trooper Ace. We found your newspaper article about Hamza's murder. Where's your evidence that he was killed by the Sultan? Oh, you know how it is, Carmen. I write whatever sells. I don't bother offering proof. I'd even write about my fishing trips if I thought people would buy it. In fact, the article is making headlines all over the USA now, and now I'm in the running for a Pulitzer. You're not so special now, eh, Carmen? Oh, well, this is more about winning a prize, Thomas. The situation here is already a powder keg. You fabricate a story which could ignite the fuse. Well, the protesters here know what they're getting themselves into. All I'm doing is reporting on the situation like any good journalist. Well, Senior Trooper Ace discovers you killed Hamza. The only place you'll be reporting from is from a prison cell. It's not actually true. The media can really skew things. I very rarely believe anything the media says. That's just me, though. We found this arrest warrant for Hamza Bousefi at your palace. You conveniently forgot to mention that Hamza tried to kill you. You know, I respect the people's right to protest. Why would they not be jealous of royalty? But Hamza, that ungrateful peasant, he took it too far. I was out fishing when that crazy man threw some paint at me. My guards chased him, but he got away. Hamza threw some paint at you? But this arrest warrant states that he tried to kill you. You ordered for him to be executed because of some paint? I am losing patience with you, Senior Trooper Ace. Throwing paint, attempted assassination, it's one and the same. And trying to kill a Sultan is punishable by death. The Sultan does not forgive. And Senior Trooper Ace does not give up on finding a killer. And on that note, if I find one more protester dead, you'll be in serious trouble. I agree. Alright guys, so I will see you in 9 hours. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Halloween costume. I'll see you guys later. It's been Pitching Ace 88. Au revoir. Alright folks, Pitching Ace 88, we are back. Let's finish this off. Hey kid, did you manage to decrypt the files on that camcorder Ace found in the Sultan's palace? Sure did. Take a look at this, Ace. Well, this is a call to arms. For too long, we've allowed the Sultan to treat us like cockroaches that he can crush at will. It's time to mobilize your wives and children. Use them as cannon fodder if you must. Individual lives mean nothing in the struggle against tyranny. If they die, they will die as heroes. Uh-oh, if his wife figured out about that, she'll be pissed. Whoa, Hamza really had no qualms about pushing his supporters to do everything possible to overthrow the Sultan. He was even ready to use women and children as cannon fodder. But this doesn't help the investigation move forward. Elliot, is this all you got? Of course not. I discovered that Hamza posted this video to his followers on Buzzer, and the first person to comment was Omar Bahir. Omar, that professor sure seems to get around. One minute he's getting chummy with the rebels in Morocco, the next he's schmoozing with the Sultan. And now he's in league with the protesters? Well, not exactly. Omar's comment reads, example is better than precedent. I don't know what that means. You're going to need to walk me through this, kid. Searched online and found that it's an Arab proverb. Omar was telling Hamza to lead by example. So just what exactly was Omar's relationship with the protest leader, Ace? I think it's high time we go and talk to him. So again, how do you guys think of my Halloween costume? I'm very, very curious as to what you guys all think. It took me long and hard. I've been wanting to dress up as this for quite a long time. I've only mentioned this for a lot of cases. Ramirez has always been a good friend of mine, always helped me out in the clutch. Hey, Mr. Bahir, can you explain this comment you left on the video Hamza posted on Buzzer? Oh, well, you saw that, Ace. Well, I admit Hamza and I had some differences regarding his leadership of the protesters. But Hamza was a coward. He was not fit to lead the protest movement. As you saw in the video, he did not hesitate to risk others' lives to further his cause. When it came to risking his own life, he was nowhere to be seen. Aren't you supposed to be advising the Sultan, not fraternizing with his enemies? As I've explained before, the situation here is extremely complicated. You couldn't possibly understand the history behind it. Well, your freedom will be history if Senior Trooper Ace finds out you killed Hamza. Alright, I think that Omar is going to be the leader of the sword. Definitely. We're on the home stretch, Ace. You know the victim expressed his discontent by throwing paint at Sultan. And in retaliation, the Sultan wanted him executed. And Omar clearly had his qualms with Hamza's role as leader of the protesters, so perhaps he decided to take matters in his own hands. Ace, we just heard that the Sultan has ordered for access to the crime scene to be restricted. He claims he's concerned that it'll become a pilgrimage site for the protesters. You need to get back there to sweep the erasers for any final clues. Now! Okay, Ingrid's probably my least favorite character. She's always upset. There's something wrong with her. Let's see what we can find here. Ooh, that's a big crocodile. Alright, black pieces. That sure looks like a gun. Pile of rocks sure looks very suspicious. Cap is there. Volleyball. Bird right here. Scuba mask. Come on, baby. Where are you, scuba mask? It's very hard to see with the frying pan, honestly. Not gonna lie. Oh, it's scuba tanks. Wow. It's a great costume, but man, it is difficult to see. I know a lot of you guys thought I was gonna dress up as Frank or Jack Archer, but I dress up as Jack Archer every day. Hey, quick, what did you find at the crime scene, Ace? A disassembled rifle? Well, you better assemble it. This could blow the case wide open. And some rocks? Well, you know best, Ace. Let's look through them, quickly. Let's do it. Man, playing the elite mode, these things used to be super difficult. It was just crazy how difficult they used to be. Now there's like only like 6 pieces. I still suck at them, but it's not as bad as before. Well, you assembled that service rifle in a flash, Ace. Did you learn that in the army or something? Anyway, this may well be our murder weapon. We gotta send this to Lars, stat. Yeah, I'm not good with puzzles. I usually will implore Muck to help me out with that if I ever have an issue with puzzles. Ooh, I don't really want to touch these snakes. I really don't. Interesting. Which one of that pile of rocks you picked up from the crime scene, Ace? A cigarette butt? Oh, you're right. The killer must have tried to hide this after they shot Hamza. We don't have time to figure out which of our suspects smoked, though. We need to get this cigarette butt to Lars on the double. Definitely agree. Alright, so 15 hours, I'm sure. Cool. I'll see you guys in a little bit. This has been Pitching Ace 88. Au revoir. Alright, folks, Pitching Ace 88, we're back. Alright, let's finish this off. Hey, Lars, what did you find about that gun Ace picked up at the crime scene? Well, I carried out some tests on various objects to study the bullet impact, and it was exactly the same as the head wound on your victim suffered. I can therefore confirm that the service rifle is your murder weapon. Ooh, trust Ace to find the murder weapon. Can you tell us anything more about it? Well, using the type of weapon, the angle at which the bullet entered the victim's body, and where the victim was standing, I managed to calculate the shooter's height, and I can confirm that your killer measures 5 foot 6 inches. Well, great work, Lars. So now we've got the killer's height. I bet they'll be feeling pretty small once you put them behind bars. Oh yeah, baby. My guess is his wife, but we'll see. It's usually always the wife, it seems. Well, I have to say, Ace, the cigarette butt you found on the crime scene is a smoking hot lead. Wow, we don't have time for jokes, Lars. Tell us what you discovered. Well, I managed to extract a sample of saliva from the cigarette. I didn't have time to do a full DNA profile, but I studied the chromosomes. I can tell you that the killer is male. Well, there goes my thought. So now we know we're looking for a male killer. Well, he won't be feeling so macho once we've got him in handcuffs, Ace. Okay, so Lars isn't allowed to make jokes, but you're allowed to make jokes all the time, Carmen. Alright. Well, you've collected all the evidence you need to arrest Hamza Boussefi's killer, Ace. Let's do this. I'm all for it, man. Let's arrest this killer. I'm gonna guess is it Omar, really? I thought he was gonna be the leader of the Sword. Okay, no, it's not him. Not him? Really? Oh, and this guy is Anderson Cooper is who I think he looks like. Wow, he shot him. That's interesting. I did not get that. I did not. That was... Huh. Hey, Thomas Cox, you're under arrest for the murder of Hamza Boussefi. How could you? Oh, don't be ridiculous, Carmen. I'm a journalist, not a killer. Then how do you explain that Senior Trooper Ace found your fishing hook covered in the victim's blood at the crime scene? Well, a lot of people go visit the Oasis to go fishing. Anyone could have left that hook there. Well, you know, killing someone is disgusting enough, but posting a photo of the victim's dead body on Buzzer? There's no proof that that account belongs to me. Besides, social media accounts get hacked all the time. Stop lying, Thomas. Senior Trooper Ace found your DNA on the cigarette butt you tried to hide at the crime scene. You're done for. Alright, you got me. I killed Hamza, but it was an accident, I swear. How do you accidentally shoot someone in the head? Well, I invited Hamza to the Oasis to interview him about the protest movement and how far he was prepared to go to overthrow the Sultan. Hamza was showing me the rifle he'd bought. I took it to get a feel for it when I accidentally discharged it. I panicked when I saw Hamza was dead, but then I realized that there was a silver lining. I made it into the scoop of the year by claiming that the Sultan killed him. Oh, you're disgusting, Thomas. Instead of honoring the dead, you used Hamza's death for your own vile purposes. Oh, loosen up, Carmen. We can't all have a nose for a good story like you do. Some of us have to fabricate our news. Well, you better fabricate a better story than that before your trial, Thomas. You're under arrest. Thomas Cox, you stand accused of killing Hamza Boussefi. How do you plead? Well, guilty, Your Honor, but I've got a killer story out of it. Pun intended. Will you turn the death of an innocent man into a news scoop? Sure did, Your Honor. At Wolf News, they encourage us to be the best of the best, even if it means fabricating stories. Well, Mr. Cox, I really didn't like you or what you stand for, but since your crime was premeditated, the International Court hereby sentences you to 10 years in prison. Guess that gives me plenty of time to think of my next few articles. Perhaps I could do a report on prison conditions. Wow, what an ignorant son of a gun. Ace, congratulations for successfully putting Thomas Cox behind bars. But we're still no closer to getting the bottom of the chief's murder. We just know that the Sword is responsible, and that they've been busy uniting local groups to drive foreigners out of the region. And in this climate of social unrest, who knows what something like the Sword could get up to? Our only option is to keep investigating, so let's go. It's true. Alright guys, let me know what you guys think of my Halloween costume. Give me comments on what you guys think I should be next year. But anyways guys, I've been Pitching Ace 88. I'll see you guys later. Over and out.